It's great to see some alternative ideas for festive dishes, and I've got something a little different to do with these little things over here. Brussels tops. Have you used these before?
No, I haven't.
Well, actually, the Brussels plant actually comes from the top of it, like that. And this is the flower at the top, and it's like a little cabbage. And you see the Brussels are actually just underneath it. The smaller ones are at the top, the bigger ones are down, so it'll come out of the ground about that, and then you've got the sprout tree off it. But the Brussels tops are great, and I thought I'd do a nice little sort of a halibut and seafoody sort of thing for a little homage, because we've got Nathan here to celebrate his 2 stars. This isn't a Michelin star dish, far from it, but it is something you can do at home, really. We've got a little bit of halibut here, which I'm going to season up, just with a little bit of salt and pepper, and get that cooking nicely, just in a gentle pan. A little bit of olive oil, maybe a couple of knobs of butter as well. Those people who are thinking about a diet this Christmas, you don't want to be doing this dish, because there's about 2 kilos of butter about to go into it again in a minute. So if you are at the gym watching this, run a bit quicker.
And then diet at Christmas.
Exactly. Diet at Christmas. What are you doing? In goes the clams.
Is that just straight into a hot pan?
Yeah, and then we're going to put some wine in and literally bring this to the boil. Like that, and then this is almost ready, really. We're going to make a little sauce out of it as well. And you say your first acting job wasn't it a receptionist?
Yeah, I got a job as a receptionist, but part of my job was to sort of lure the men in.
Right.
And the guy said, you know, your Scottish accent is kind of scaring everybody away, because I think I was a bit aggressive. Right. So he asked me to tone my accent down, so I ended up just doing a London accent, and so that was my first sort of acting job, I suppose.
And that was it? And the rest is like, I mean, the CV reads, I mean, huge amounts on television, because Taggart, I remember seeing you did a little bit on Taggart, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
At Home with the Braithwaites,
yeah.
Because you did quite a big stint on that.
Yeah, we did 4 years. Yeah.
Is that a good way to learn your trade on television, particularly because you get such a variety of different roles?
The best way to learn your trade is to do theatre.
You reckon that's still the best way?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would say to young actors, if they're thinking of you know, the profession, they've got to do theatre, because you learn so much and you get time to sort of make mistakes, and television is so quick these days.
Is that because you can make the character your own in theatre, or...?
Yeah, you just have time to explore and make the character, you know, round the character out and kind of talk about, you know, the play and what it's about. And television is so quick now, you've got to be so on it, that you kind of, it's a whirlwind and you don't really feel like you've learned anything.
I know, I've been doing it for years and I'm still making it up. Exactly. But you're on about, you've done theatre as well, but film, you dabbled into a bit of that. Wasn't you with Daniel Craig as well?
Yes, I've done my fair share of movies. They're all been low budget.
I've done my fair share of movies,
you know,
as you do, yeah.
No huge films. But I just did a film recently, actually, called Tower Block.
Yeah.
Which was a sort of low budget British independent film, which is coming out next year, with the lovely Sheridan Smith and Russell Tovey. So we had a great time doing that.
And something new for you now, a comedy.
Yeah.
Back into comedy on TV.
I haven't
so
done
tell us
comedy
about that
since At Home with the Braithwaites, so it was really nice to do it again. And it's a fantastic script by a wonderful writer called Michael Wynne. And it's got Sue Johnson, who's wonderful.
This is obviously from the Royal Family connection, yeah?
Stephen Graham, who's a fantastic actor. Elizabeth Berrington, Zoe Ashton, William Ash. It's a great cast. And it's hopefully going to be very funny.
So it's called Lapland.
Yep.
I take it the cue's in the title.
Yep.
So give us a little bit of insight on it then.
Well, it's about a family, mad family from Liverpool, and the father has died the sort of year before, and that's been their last Christmas, and this Christmas they want to take the family away so that the mother doesn't have to do lots of cooking and take the pressure off. So they decide to go to Lapland with hopefully hilariously bad consequences.
Right, and this was filmed, you filmed it in Norway, was it?
Yeah, we filmed in Norway, yeah.
Peculiar food in Norway, don't you find?
Oh, I ate reindeer.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
Don't tell my kids that.
Anyway, just to recap what I've done, I've got my halibut pan fried there. The Brussels tops, they just basically just go in the pan like that.
But I cook cabbage like that.
But yeah, a lot of people just boil it, but it's much easier, I think, if you just basically sort it off a little bit of water. We just got the pan juices there.
Yeah.
But this is, like I was saying,
yeah.
This is the sauce.
Oh, yum.
Oh, yes.
I love butter.
You need more butter in that, James.
You reckon a bit more, Nathan, I reckon? Yeah, go on then. A little bit on there.
Oh,
so we put that in.
Yeah.
Look at the butter.
Go on.
So the whole premise of Lapland is it's based on a family on their holiday. How many parts of the programme have we got got to watch? Or is this going to be...
You know, it's a one-off. It's a one-off film.
Is it? All right,
yeah,
okay.
it'll be on one, you know, round about Christmas time.
Right.
Not quite sure when, but it's a one-off, yeah.
See, I always quite fancy doing a pantomime.
Oh, yes.
See?
Yeah.
What they're all laughing at. You think I'll be any good at pantomime?
Yeah. I can... Widow Twanky.
Yeah,
I can just see you.
Can you? I quite fancy doing pantomime. I actually did that when I was a young kid.
Did you?
Yeah.
What did you play?
I was the king. And
oh, come on. You know you want to squeeze into a corset and a pair of heels.
No, definitely not. No. I did all that when I was doing Strictly.
Only on the weekends.
No, I did all that when I was doing Strictly, and it's no, not again. But I always fancied doing that, you know, bit of pantomime. Mainly because you just have a poster of yourself. You know what I mean? I thought it'd be quite cool.
Feed your ego.
Anyway, yes. So we got this is a little bit of Brussels tops. Look, salt and pepper. I don't know what these is going to give you, but anyway, the idea is these Brussels tops. So you can use up all the ingredients.
Yeah.
You see. So
I roast my Brussels sprouts, I have to say.
You roast them?
Yeah.
Now, do you put a star in the bottom or not?
I do, and I put I roast them with lots of garlic and olive oil, and I just let them roast very slowly. I cook them with Swede as well, but they're much nicer because they're just before they turn all mushy.
So these are our mussels and our clams, you see. They go in the pot.
With all that butter.
In with the chives. They go in the pot. And then we've got some cockles, you see. These are the pickled cockles, and it's the cockles that give it that little sharpness to it as well. But, now, don't worry about all this butter.
I'm not.
Well, I would if you were you, but there you go. Black pepper. Sorry, you just want to melt this nicely. Right. Just takes a second. There you go. Right, and then we just literally just put our mussels and our cockles and everything else over the top. And then, of course, you need to put a bit of chervil on, which is a herb, of course, which is technically a vegetable, which is also part of your 5 a day.
Yeah.
So there you go.
That looks delicious. I
It's
don't
a
have to,
little sort of
don't have to share this with
cassoulet.
anyone.
No, you don't have to share it with anybody.
Oh.
No, exactly.
I'll do it.
Meanwhile, I've got my food heaven soup over here in the pan.
Butter soup.
Exactly. But
Lovely.
easy as that, you see. So what we'll be cooking for Julie at the end of the show, she says, face food heaven, or food hell, of course. For food heaven, it would be tomatoes and a simply stunning margherita pizza. I'm going to cover homemade pizza dough with traditional San Marzano tomatoes, cow's milk mozzarella and basil leaves, and then bake the pizza in a very, very hot oven on a pizza stone. It doesn't get much simpler or much more delicious than that. Or will Julie be facing a food hell? Stilton and the cheese is cubed, covered with breadcrumbs, deep-fried and served with a salad of endive, baby gem leaves, bacon and figs, all dressed in a creamy blue cheese dressing. Nathan, you're not voting today, but what do you like the sound of?
Would like the pizza with blue cheese on it.
And the bacon, mate. Go for the
Maggie?
bacon as well.
You can go off people, you know.
What, with the blue cheese on the top?
Yes,
You
I
having a
love
laugh?
blue cheese.
Oh, no. You have to wait to the end of the show, see what fate decides. Now, of course, it's time for some easy bacon ideas from Lorraine Pascal. And today she's turning her hand at rosemary and pumpkin muffins. Enjoy this one.
You may notice that my roof terrace is a flower-free zone. I only grow things that I can eat and use for baking. I've got chilies, mint, some thyme and oregano, some wonderful basil. But what I need right now is some rosemary. I just love rosemary. I'm going to use it in my pumpkin and rosemary muffins. They're just so easy to make, and on the weekends when things are a little less frantic, I make a whole batch and then just freeze them. And you know, these muffins are good for breakfast, lunch, or just a snack. Anytime, really. Now for the flour. So I've got self-raising here, 180 grams of that. And then 130 of this wholemeal flour. And I'm using a mixture of both, because if you use too much wholemeal flour,